Hey everybody, it is Monday and it is 7:30, so we are going to dive into a little bitty learning. Again, I'm going to try to keep them short. I don't want them too long for you. Last week, I was out on my deck and I was squirting water everywhere to try to give you an idea to understand what it's like to have your body's toxic bucket overflow. So if you haven't seen that, I want to encourage you, go ahead. You can head to the YouTube channel. If you look in the bio, you'll be able to see there's a link to it, I believe, or you can just simply search Kinni Health and Wellness on YouTube and you should find it. But that video will kind of go into a little bit more depth on what it's like to actually have all these things exposed to your body throughout life. Maybe there's metals or chemicals or foods, different types of emotional stress, maybe some immune things, all these things that your body kind of gets in contact with and it just kind of clogs it up and it overflows it. So what happens and why is that a big deal? Because you're going to get symptoms. So when your body is not able to clear things out, it overflows the bucket, you develop symptoms. Sometimes that can be brain fog, perhaps that's bloating, joint pain, digestive issues, maybe you're constipated, could you have some skin rashes, maybe some mood swings, anxiety, depression, maybe you're having a hard time sleeping. All of these things are symptoms, and a lot of people think that that's just normal. It's not normal, it's common, but it's not normal. So your body is just overloaded. Now, before we can even dive into understanding what detox or cleansing of a body is, you have to make sure that it's draining well. So I'm going to try to give you an analogy that I also use with my clients that really explains what's it like to actually have open drainage pathways and what does that mean and why is it so important. Now, whether you know or not, you have something in your body called the lymph system. You also have a liver, you have kidneys and bowels. Now, all of these things must be working appropriately and efficiently in order to help your body drain all of that toxin and all that gunk that's stuck in your body. If you're not able to get that out, you will feel worse. Your symptoms will get worse and you will just not feel great. One of the biggest things that I see often is people are not pooping all the time, and that is a big red flag for me. Why? You should be pooping at least once a day. That's on the minimum. I ideally want people pooping 2 to 3 times a day. Yeah, I said that. You need to be pooping 2 to 3 times a day. That tells me that your whole drainage pathway is open and effective and working. You don't have skin rashes and your symptoms are very, very low. So what happens in the clinic? The first thing I need to do is make sure that your cells are actually able to, 1, work, and 2, be able to dump out the garbage. So that, to me, having open drainage pathways is the complete foundation to your body's ability to heal. So how does this work? And it just doesn't make sense. So here's the analogy I want you to think of. Your body is like a house. So a house, you have garbage inside your house, correct? I don't know about you, but I have garbage. I have a couple of different garbages that I take my little garbages, I put them into my big garbage. And then on garbage pickup day, I take all of the garbage and I have it in the big container at the end of the driveway. Then that would be equivalent to your cell. So cell equals your house. Then what happens, the garbage trucks come around the neighborhood and they pick up all the garbage out of the containers and they utilize roads. Now, roads in the city are really important because that's kind of like your lymph system. Your lymph system is a really cool collection of cells that collects all of the interstitial fluid and all the garbage, essentially, from all of your cells as it dumps it when it's ready to go. And then that allows your body to kind of help start clean. Now, next step, when you have a lot of houses that are really similar, like some of the subdivisions where all the houses look the same, that would be the same thing as organs and glands. So similar cells all together create an organ. So it's kind of like subdivisions. So not just your single house, but also the subdivisions. So all of these things are putting all of this garbage via the trucks on the roads through the lymph system. Now, what you need is all these garbage trucks across town need to go to the distribution center. So there's one place in your town that collects all the garbage truck garbage and it gets put there in one spot. Okay. What is that? That is like your liver. So your liver is super important in the idea when you're talking drainage because that helps take toxic stuff, converts it over to safe garbage or safe things that your body can get rid of. So the liver is super duper important and it is like the distribution center inside your city. Then we need to use the superhighways or maybe the interstates or some of the big county roads in order to get all the distribution garbage put into the landfill. Now, the landfill is kind of the end spot. I like to call the superhighways or the big highways that you're driving on in the country to get you to the landfill like your bowel. So your liver dumps all of this stuff, your lymph system dumps all of this stuff into the bowel. The bowel is responsible for getting all of the waste product out of your body, and that would be poop. Yep, I love the word poop. That's poop. What happens then is it would be just like the big, huge landfill. That would be the actual need to poop. So hopefully that makes a little bit of sense in the idea that it's super important for you to have good drainage channels open. If you don't have good drainage channels, we can try to clean things up, but it's only going to back things up even more. And it's going to cause you to not feel well. You're going to get worse symptoms than you already have. We don't want that. So what are some other things I want you to understand about this? Let's see if this is sounding like you. Super important. You should not be having symptoms. There should not be symptoms about anything on your body. That's just a big key that you've got something either not flowing correctly along the garbage route for your body, or you have too many toxins that your body just can't even handle it. So if you need some help, I want you to reach out to me. You know how to get a hold of me. All you got to do is check out the website. I have discovery calls. I'm more than happy to walk you through this. Play around in the website. I explain a lot about what we do here in the clinic. Other options, I actually have a class that I'll be teaching through the school district. So River Falls Community Education. We have a class tomorrow, and I would love to have you come. I'll have you actually reach out to the school district. On the school district website, they do have a place for community education, and you'll be able to register. You do need to register for this class, but it will be tomorrow at the high school, 6 o'clock to 7:30, and I'm going to dive into the idea about food is actually like medicine, and what are some really amazing tips and tricks that you can walk away with that are going to help you understand maybe some of the things you might not realize could be impacting your health. What do you do about it? That's what I'm going to be talking about tomorrow. So I'm super pumped. I can't wait to see whoever can show. Otherwise, I want you to go ahead and reach out to me, and we'll get you connected. So have a great night. Hopefully you understood a little bit more about how the garbage trucks move around your body to get rid of all that cell waste. All right, talk to you next week and we'll dive even deeper.